Hi, welcome to Slow English with Brian. I'm Brian. In this video, we are going to learn some advanced idioms. These are good if you are at the C1 or C2 level. As I've said in other videos, these idioms are good for speaking with people in real life, but they are not very appropriate for writing formal things like work emails or doing a writing test. The first idiom is to navigate the waters. Here, navigate means go through something. And usually when we hear this, we think about ships on the ocean or maybe in big lakes. Also, for this idiom, the waters usually refers to a choppy sea like we see here. It's a stormy, wavy situation that is not very safe or comfortable. Therefore, the idiom to navigate the waters means to go through a challenging, difficult, maybe scary situation well and with wisdom and to succeed. Here's an example of how we can use that idiom. Whenever a new manager comes into a company, all of that manager's subordinates have to navigate the waters carefully because they don't know what new rules will be put in place. Here's another example. Navigating the waters during an economic recession can be very challenging for businesses. That means that the businesses don't know exactly what they need to do to keep making money if the economy isn't doing well, but they need to try to use all of their experience and wisdom to do a good job so that they don't run out of money. The second idiom is to stand at a crossroad, or a crossroads, or the crossroad, or the crossroads. Let's look at a picture. This is a crossroad, or crossroads. People use both. The person who is standing where the road splits needs to make a choice about which road they will use to keep going. Therefore, the idiom means to stand in a place in your life where you need to make an important choice. When I say stand, however, I don't mean really standing. You can be sitting too. Here is an example of how we can use that idiom. She got a few very good job offers from major companies in her local city. So she's standing at a crossroads. Here's another example. Being calm while standing at a crossroads is very important for success. In that idiom, we can use a crossroads or the crossroads or crossroad with no S, depending on the situation that we are trying to use that idiom in. For instance, if I am talking about crossroads in general, I might say a crossroads. But if I am talking about some particular choice that I have talked about previously, I may say the crossroads. Now, let's move on to the final idiom, to weigh something in the balance. Or, just like with the previous idiom, in a balance. This is a balance. We use it to see whether two things weigh the same amount. We don't use these very much in modern life, but in the past, they were very important for doing business. The verb weigh means see how heavy something is. So, to weigh something in a balance means to compare something's weight with something else. More generally, we use this to talk about weighing the advantages and disadvantages of different choices or different things. Here is an example of how we can use that idiom. I had to weigh everything in the balance before I chose my university. In that example, everything means all the advantages and disadvantages of each university. Here's another example. A manager might say this in a company. There are two types of laptop computers that we can buy for all of our staff members, but I'm not sure just by looking at them which one is the best. So we need to weigh them in the balance. Now it's your turn. Please use one of the idioms that we studied today to write a comment about your life I'd like to see at least one of those idioms used in each comment. That's the end of this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.